What's up and welcome to Fat Bear Week 2021, Day 2. If you did not see the first video, go check that out. I explain what Fat Bear Week is. So yeah, link in the void. Anyways, so today we have a very interesting matchup. Again, it's actually very similar to yesterday's situation in that there are 3 returning faces and 1 new one. Yesterday there was matchup 1 and 2, and today it's going to be matchups 3 and 4. So let's start with matchup 3. Today's first matchup, not only growing out, but also growing up. These fledgling Fisher Bears deserve plaudits for their pudginess. Can the gregarious goofball 812 garner enough support to crush the spirited subadult and blonde beauty 131? Just a little bit of background on the Bears. 812 actually competed last year. I didn't recognize him at first because he got eliminated very quickly, very early on in the competition. But he's back, and he's looking great. His form is better, much better than last year's. And so I'm actually really interested to see how he's going to square up later on in the competition. As for 131, 131 is brand new. We've never seen 131 in the competition before, and I'm actually quite impressed with her size, simply because she was born in 2018. She is what is called a subadult bear, so she's not quite a full-size bear, but I think it was very sweet of Cat May to include 131 in the competition despite being so young. As for the analysis of this matchup, I think it's pretty obvious that 812 is massive compared to 131. You know, 131 is still very, very young. And so it is impressive that she qualified and that she made it out here today, but, you know, she is honestly just it's not even like a competition here. I mean, she looks great. She's very fluffy, which is beautiful, and she's blonde, which is not very common at Fat Bear Week. You might have noticed that a lot of the bears are brown, if not almost all of them. As for 812, on the other hand, just huge. He's so wide. That's the thing with 812. 812 just looks very wide this year. Alright, so the results are in, and 812 has almost 4 times the amount of votes. I'm not surprised, but you know, I think it's, you know, I want to congratulate 131 for at least giving it a try, just giving it a shot, and I really hope to see her again next year. But yeah, she was a little bit of a disadvantage because she's so young, but you know, I think she can learn from the other bears. I think that she has a lot of potential. So, happy hibernation, 131. As for matchup 4, today's second matchup. In the battle between seasoned seniors, hashtag Fat Bear Week's first champion, 480 Otis, faces off against 402, the Falls' most fecund female. Will 480's eat more, move less mantra make for a win? Or will 402's year as a stout solo sow with a surplus of fat single her out? To give you a little bit of background, 402 has actually had up to 7 litters, which is very impressive. Very impressive, and I think that she looks great. As for 480 Otis, he is very much a fan favorite, and I would not be surprised if later on in the competition, if he advances from this round, if the fans, you know, picked him over a bigger bear just because he is so well loved in the online community. And as, you know, just again to build up a little bit of lore here, 480, it mentioned here that he was the first champion, and that's true. Back in 2014, there was the very first Fat Bear. It wasn't a week. It was a competition. It was between 2 bears, and 480 Otis won the first time. And he also won in 2016 and 2017. So I think that that's very notable, and he has a lot of accomplishments. And he generally does pretty well in these competitions. Anyways, let's get into the analysis. This is a tight match, in my opinion. So looking at 402's form, she obviously has a pretty big thigh, and her knee is around here, and her belly is right in line with the knee. So I think that's a very good job on her part. She's clearly been doing some kind of exercise, and it's paid off. She also has, her hump is not that big, like right here on the top here. It's not as impressive. It's not quite as meaty as other contestants, but I still think that she's done a great job. As for 480 Otis, he's just very large. I mean, look at that belly, the way that it just flops all the way down. This is at a bit of a weird angle when it comes to Otis, in that he almost looks flat in a weird way, but you can tell that he's very thick based on the distance of the legs, and looking at his thigh, he's very, very round. Not nearly as round as Walker, but a close, well, not even a close second. Nobody will ever be bigger, rounder than Walker, but still quite rotund and very impressive. His hump up here is massive, and so he is, you know, carrying extra weight that 402 does not have. So overall, I'm going to have to give this one to 480 Otis. Although I will congratulate 402, and I would not be surprised if 402 did pull ahead slightly. But on the other hand, again, 480 Otis is a fan favorite, and so I think he's going to win by a large margin, pun intended. And predictably, he is completely destroying 402. There's obviously not a lot of Bexperts on duty because this should be a much closer matchup. It should be probably more of a, like, I'd say 60-40 split between the votes, but everyone loves Otis, so I'm really not surprised. Great job, and I am looking forward to seeing him in the next round. And 402, I really hope to see her again next year. She did a great job this year, and you know, I hope that she's going to work a little bit more on her training and hopefully do even better next year. So yeah, that's it. See you tomorrow. Peace.